Bitcoin, crypto. Something big feels like it's brewing out there. We got a lot of charts to talk about. The stock markets, of course, continue to be absolutely awesome place to make money. The crypto markets. Anyway, we got the charts to look at. We got the big news. We got a lot to cover today. Answering your questions second half of the stream, so make sure you stick around for those good times. And of course, guys, it's Fed week. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It means the master of money, Jerome Powell himself, is talking. Exciting. And then Trump's meeting with Xi on Thursday. Oh boy. Oh boy. Something big is brewing. Just made some coffee. Didn't realize it smells good, man. It smells good. Anyway, let's get into it, guys. Hold those questions. We'll answer them throughout the stream, of course, but let's get it. So this is what your AI girlfriend looks like without the makeup on. Savage. Savage, man. Love it. The mid-curvers. Trump wants stocks higher. Trump wants stocks higher. This is another China deal that won't come true. Equities are expensive. AI is a bubble. The crash is coming. Yes. Great. Equity futures opening flat today. Not much going on there. It's fine. Equities went up like a whole percentage point yesterday, which again, doesn't sound like a lot, but for the S&P 500, that's like a gargantuan sum of money. Keep that in mind, okay? Some of the smaller stocks went up absolutely big time. Now, S&P 500 basically flat today. I think the market now is saying, okay, well, shit, we got the Fed meeting tomorrow. We got Trump Xi on Thursday. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to start holding their breath a little bit. Chances of a 50 basis point cut tomorrow, relatively low. Relatively low. 50 basis points would be a pretty big escalation by the Fed. Certainly can happen, but it's a less likely scenario. 25 basis points seems like the one that we're going to get tomorrow. Another 25 basis points in December. So it'll be a total 75 basis points for the end of the year, which not bad. Not bad. Okay, it's definitely a good start in the right direction. This is interesting, shared by Ryan Dietrich. The weak part of post-election years is ending. Average post-election year for S&P 500 from 1950 until the current year. Think about this. Think about this. Look at the chart. Understand what you're seeing here. This is the average post-election year for the S&P 500 for the last 75 years. Okay? November, December are usually ragingly good in those years. Can this time be different? Of course. Scott Bessent's going to get into a fist fight with Xi Jinping, trade war on. We're all going back to McDonald's, man. If that doesn't happen, there's a lot of good tailwinds coming in for the market, okay? Just interesting. Put that under, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Enjoy that, okay? Continuing. Swiss Block posted this. Price momentum for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what is the plan? This week is about confirmation, proving that Bitcoin is forming a bottom and can hold the $114,000 support. The key lies in momentum ignition. So far, momentum has remained negative with no real decisive reversal. For Bitcoin to sustain upside continuation, must generate fresh buying pressure to defend $114,000 and begin constructing a new bull structure from that base. Interesting. Bitcoin ETFs, about $150 million yesterday. Not bad, not amazing. Okay, let's see how the next few days look, but not bad. We can put that in not bad category, okay? Lark, please check out Purple Pepe. No, thanks. No, thanks. I think we'll skip that one. Bitcoin currently at $114,000. So far on this move today, we did see the price correct a little. We got up to 116,000 overnight, pulled back to the 50-day EMA at 113,500 so far in this trading session, which is all like cool and normal and really nothing to even, get too excited about. Volumes do remain pretty low on this move though, which I don't love, okay? I want to see a little more commitment from the market here. We need to see some more volume coming in, okay? Need to see some more volume coming in. That's critical for us right now. But overall, momentum is looking good. MACD's trending in the right direction. RSI's rising gradually, which is good to see. You don't want to see it spike too hard, too fast. Just a nice slow grind up. That's what we want to see, okay? Can the price still come down to 112,500 and be totally normal and cool and fine? Yes, that's fine too. 20-day EMA retests will happen multiple times throughout any given uptrend. Let's actually hope that we do get 3, 4, 5 different EMA retests throughout this new Bitcoin uptrend that starts. That would be fantastic and healthy. Okay. So far, defending the 50-day. Let's see how the rest of the day plays out here. Price action. But so far, everything looks pretty decent, except the lack of volume on the move, which is not fantastic. We need to see bulls commit a bit more here and step that volume up a little bit, okay? We got stopped out of the Pengu trade yesterday. Honestly, I probably didn't have a perfect entry on it. I probably set my stop loss a little bit too tight because it didn't take much to stop it out. Anyway. Is what it is. Bitcoin trade still in profit. Obviously, Solana trade chilling in profit. Might look for another altcoin trade later today or something like that. We'll see. Been a busy day. Been doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but keep it out for a trade. I'll let you guys know what the next trade is here that I'm hopping into. But so far, the Bitcoin trade looking decent. Hopefully, we don't get stopped out at break even, which is around $110,000. I think we're going to stop loss at right now. That'd break me out at even. So I'd rather take the break even than lose a bunch of money. But continuing. Guys, you want to join me trading over on BitUnix? Link down below. Okay. Never remember time to sign up. When you sign up, you're using that link down below. You deposit $500, you get $100 back. 1,000, you get 200. 2,000, you get 400. 5,000, you get 500. 10,000, you get $700 back. That's cash money. That's crazy. These are wild deposit bonuses, crazy trading bonuses as well. Plus, we're giving away $1,000 every live stream. Today's live stream, so we're giving away $1,000. But BitUnix, no KYC, no VPN, no BS. You can just go over and start trading. Link down below. Go check it out. So, check this out. Let's give away some money. So, today's winners, we have got Grok thought about for 2 minutes. We have got these two guys right here, 413-631-161. This guy right here. Nice. Congratulations. You put in your 2,000, you got your 400. You get an extra $500 coming back your way. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Interesting. We had a lot of winners right at the start. Look at this. Fascinating. It's all, Grok's the one randomly just checking all this stuff. So, it's interesting though. We've had 4 winners. So see, it pays to get started on these promotions when they start. There you go. Anyway, pretty cool. Congratulations on your $500. Obviously, we're doing this in a spreadsheet. The team will manually put your deposit reward in there in the next 24 hours or so. You have to claim that your My Rewards Center. And we're not sharing email address. So you have to make sure that is your ID number. Okay. And the other winner here, we have got this dude here. Put in 2,000, got 500 back. Congratulations. So you got your 400 plus an extra 500. Nice. Good morning from Brooklyn. What is up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hyperliquid Printing. Howdy from Southwest Virginia. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Okay, continuing. This is big news. We've had so much big news in the past 24 hours. It's been pretty crazy, man. Coinbase and Citibank announced a collaboration to develop blockchain-based payment infrastructure focusing on stable coins, on and off ramps, and institutional settlement tools. We also had just an announcement come through the wires a few minutes ago about PayPal and OpenAI teaming up with PayPal wallets integrating into ChatGPT. And of course, that is a crypto-enabled wallet. They have a stable coin, okay? It's happening. It's happening, guys. Are you seeing the big picture here? Citibank, massive bank, one of the world's biggest banks. We're partnering up freaking Coinbase, man. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Milk Road posted this. Very interesting. Apps built on ETH now hold $370 billion in user assets, nearly 5x larger than any other chain. That first mover advantage, man, absolutely slayed it for ETH. Look at that. Huge money on ETH. Oh, there's still hope for my SharpLink gaming bags. Publicly traded SharpLink gaming buys another $81 million worth of ETH. Joe, I'm talking to you, Joe. This guy, right? This guy. Joe, buy more ETH. Come on, man. Shout out to Nashville. Let's go. Let's go. We also had Bitmine buying more. Bitmine buys a lot more. Actually, SharpLink hasn't bought any ETH in like a month about or so. So we'll see how that goes. Bitmine has been continually buying shit tons of ETH. So this is like the big thing going on with ETH right now is that Tom Lee's just buying gargantuan sums of ETH all the time. Ethereum is probably in a super cycle, says Tom Lee. Similar to what happened to Wall Street in 1971, ETH could recover its ETH BTC ratio 2021. Oh, dog, if that happens, come on. That would be... I'm not adequately bullish on ETH if that happens. That would put ETH around 21K. Larry Fink, Robinhood, they tokenize everything on the blockchain. They're going to build it on a neutral network. ETH, baby. DeFi Dad says about Tom Lee here. They are 2.8% of supply, currently almost 60% of the way to their goal. DeFi, shout out to DeFi Dad. What a good dude, by the way. If you guys aren't following DeFi Dad, you got to go check him out, man. He's got a great YouTube channel, interviews all kinds of great people, just an overall decent guy. Go check him out. Anyway, besides the point. He says this man is telegraphing every move. He says over and over again, publicly, interview after interview, Ethereum is the future of finance. ETH is clearly mispriced, and we're here to spread the word about ETH to the biggest investors on Wall Street. And we're going to raise billions to buy 5% of the ETH supply. Okay? They're not waiting to buy more at $10,000. They're buying more now. By the way, when they have 5% of the ETH supply, they're going to be making like $1 billion a year in staking rewards. Just FYI. ETH currently right here, bounced off 20-day EMA today, as you can see right there, which is all pretty cool and normal so far. Okay. Critical level here for ETH, though. Check this out. So you can see this was the swing high here on the 13th of October, basically where the price almost got to today. Didn't quite get there. So really what I want to see now is for a daily candle to close of about $4,300. Okay. MACD momentum looking fine. We're heading in the right direction. That's all good. RSI looking fine. Again, not huge volumes on this move here. So let's see. Let's see how we go. But as long as we maintain above the 20-day EMA, ETH looking fine. Okay. Now the big news. Hold on a second. This is real quick. This is pretty funny. Satoshi Flipper. John Bollinger told you to buy, but you hate money and you faded him. Don't fade John Bollinger, guys. Okay. It's a lesson in life. Now, this is big news. Very, very big news, in fact. Bloomberg senior analyst for ETFs, Eric Balkunas, says Bitwise Solana, Canary Litecoin, and Canary HBAR ETFs are likely to launch today. Today, man. HBAR to the moon. Congratulations, HBAR fans, and Solana and Litecoin fans, too. That's awesome. Grayscale Solana conversion expected the following day. So Wednesday, we're likely to get a Solana Grayscale ETF also. That's big. Now, why is this happening? The government shut down all the other shit going on. What did the SEC say a month ago? They said, take out your applications. We're not doing it like this anymore. Just go and list your damn ETFs through the general framework that we already set up. I guess that's what's happening here. Cool, man. Let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is the first of many. Okay. Bitwise Solana ETF coming to the market likely today, potentially tomorrow. Very cool stuff, man. Great. Now we're going to get more Solana ETFs. We're going to get more Litecoin ETFs. We're going to get a lot more ETFs right across the board for altcoins. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now, Solana has not reacted to the ETF news. It's currently sitting right here at the 20-day EMA, rejected at the 50-day EMA yesterday, today, and the day before. So it's really struggling to get above this $202 level, which also means in my mind, that's where a potential trade area comes in here for Solana right around here. So if you see the break beyond the 50-day EMA here, that's a potential long trade here for Solana as well. But again, momentum and RSI and stuff heading in the right direction. Volume, like on the other majors, relatively low on this move. So that does give a bit of concern. That is a very valid thing to keep in mind, is that we haven't had very strong volumes on these moves so far. Market's still not believing any of this shit. Okay. So just FYI. If we get above the 50-day EMA here for Solana, we could be off to the races. Certainly bouncing off the 20-day EMA today is a nice indicator. Okay. So keep an eye on that. Litecoin did initially like the ETF news, okay? So on the news, the Litecoin's probably getting an ETF listed today in American markets, went up 8%. Now, not a big move by any means, okay? But it responded. Solana didn't really respond very much, but Litecoin did respond. Now we got to watch for flows. Are we actually going to get real flows of money into Solana? We're going to get real flows of money into HBAR and into Litecoin and stuff like that. Let's see. And of course, now that these three are coming with the Grayscale Solana on Wednesday or Thursday, now that these 3 or 4 are coming, We're going to have dozens probably over the next few weeks. Okay. Overall, though, Litecoin, 20-day EMA, it's just chilling right there. It's not the best entry, let's say, but if you are a Litecoin bull longing from here with a stop, let's say down at like, I don't know, 97.50, 98 bucks, something like that, probably not terrible risk reward, to be honest. If you bounce here from the 20-day EMA and start grinding higher based on that Litecoin ETF hype, I could see it. I could see it. We'll be taking chart requests here in a few minutes, so stick with me. Stick with me. We're going to try and blast through all the news here, and then we'll take a look at some of the charts you guys are interested in taking a look at. Crypto Bullet, what the F is a Zcash monthly candle? 5x in 1 month, erased 4 years of downtrends, and even took out the 2021 high. Just a reminder of how bad a coin Zcash has been for basically the last 8 years in crypto. And now Naval and a few other major accounts have basically decided, like, let's effing go, which is great. Great for Zcash. Again, we celebrate winning around here. We celebrate winning. Do not ever be a hater of money, okay? You want the abundance to flow your way? Celebrate, man. Celebrate people winning, and you will win too, okay? Your interview on Milk Road is great. Thank you, man. Thank you. I had a lot of fun talking to those guys. Milk Road cats are super cool. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun getting to talk to those guys. So if you haven't seen that interview on Milk Road, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. Continuing. Ki Young Ju from Crypto Quant says Zcash is in its distribution phase again. That's pretty big distribution. This is a distribution bigger than the 2021 top right now, which is interesting. Okay. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. This has definitely been one of the strong charts right now in the cycle. Okay. Here's an interesting one for you, though. Look at the RSI. The RSI has had a great move, but the current move on the RSI did get us back in overbought territory, but did not break out to a new momentum high. Okay. It's actually downtrending still. Doesn't mean the price can't go higher, but it is downtrending. Just FYI. Volumes have fallen off quite a bit too on the move. As you can see here, initially we had very strong volumes going into this move. As you can see here, very strong volume, but volume has been falling off the higher the price has gone. Okay. Now, to be fair, we had pretty decent volume in the last few days. Do not get me wrong. Okay. And sometimes you get these runaway freight trains in the market, and you don't want to stand in front of those, man. Like, I wouldn't be shorting Zcash here, but I'm not running into a long position currently either. So let's see if this can really gain some momentum here. Obviously, if it keeps pumping higher and goes to $1,000, I am just going to cope massively from the sideline while clapping my hands in celebration for those who made shit tons of money on it. Be fantastic. But if it does come back down, perhaps this becomes an interesting play if you believe that this is going to be a big player and that privacy coins are going to make a big comeback and that Zcash is going to be the coin to do it. Pump. Yes. 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 Let's go. Pump fun, baby. Boom. It's pumping. We're having fun. Good. Delivering on its name. Let's go. Pump Fun has been a very strong chart, bouncing back here from the lows, okay? I bought more down in here because fuck it. If you're not going to buy when the charts look like this, when are you going to buy, man? Anyway, good. Pump Fun is pumping. Fantastic. Back above the 20-day, back above the 50-day. Very volatile asset overall. I still think it is wildly underpriced at the current revenues and the current buybacks. And I think it goes way higher. I have bet a significant portion of my current portfolio on this, by the way. If you ever want to see what coins I do own, what stocks I own, there's a disclosures list right down here. It's got all my current stuff. We update it once a week. Okay, every like Saturday, I think we update it. So, you know, you can see all that kind of stuff there. Plus a risk statement, because investing in crypto is risky as heck and you can lose all your money in an instant. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. And past performance does not equate to future performance, my friends. It does not. Great looking pump chart. I think the real move begins on the break of this orange line right here. Now, a break of the 50-day EMA, nice. Looking for a trade on this, and I've just got a spot bag. I don't have an open futures position on this, but looking for a trade on this, I would say retest the 20-day EMA. That would probably be the next area to keep an eye on. So it's kind of going around like that right now, approximately. So somewhere down around like 0.0045, for example, could be an interesting re-entry point before this thing absolutely cooks off. Pengu, you're breaking my heart, Pengu. Actually, Pengu chart looks pretty decent. I just didn't have a good entry into the long. That's my fault. I knew I was kind of forcing it, but I only took a pretty small position. I think I lost a few $100 on getting stopped out. Well, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Long the breakout, came up to the 50-day EMA, got rejected. We've basically come back down to test the top line of the wedge breakout, okay? Still, the momentum not really massively in the favor of Pengu. We got to get back above that 20-day EMA. We're still trading under the 200-day EMA. Not a big fan of either of those realities. Need to see the volume pick up a bit here. Now, do have the MACD bullish crossover. We do have the RSI breakout. Those things are working in our favor right now. We do have the wedge breakout, 20-day EMA right here at 0.023 cents. That probably becomes the breakout level to watch for, okay? Jupiter, it's alive. Back from the dead. The ICO platform launch seems to have got the market a bit more energized at what Jupiter's doing, so that's fantastic. They've got so much stuff they've been doing over there. So from the launch of their Athena-backed stablecoin and their lending markets, I mean, name a team that ships more than the guys over at Jupiter. And they're finally starting to pay attention to the Jupe token again. Jupiter to $5, man. Let's go. Let's go. Daddy needs a new villa. Gonna name it the Jupiter Villa. Anyway, jokes aside. I still think it's one of the best products on Solana. In fact, they're paying more attention to the token. I'm still a holder. It's been a rough hold. You know, my average entry is around like 50 cents or something like that. So we're still underwater. We're less underwater than we were. Still underwater. Okay, continuing. Got a couple of stock updates here for you guys. These are crazy moves. I bought some Qualcomm today. Well, I have technically not bought any Qualcomm yet. I sent an email to my broker saying, yo, let's buy some Qualcomm today when markets open. So in a few hours, I will be an owner of Qualcomm stocks. Anyway, Qualcomm has unveiled the AI 200, a new AI chip designed to compete with NVIDIA in the data center market. Boom, let's go. $200 billion market cap approximately right now. I mean, look, is this going to give me 100x? I mean, obviously not. But can I get a 5x potential out of this over the next few years? Maybe. Feels worth it. Feels worth putting some money on the table for. Anyway, interesting. Chart looks like this. Obviously, the market loved the news yesterday. We had a 20% pump on the stock in a single day, which is for a stock of that market cap size is a big damn move, man. Crazy. Interestingly, though, pre-market's only about 10% up from yesterday. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. I can stomach that. That's fine. So hopefully we get a decent entry today when the market's open, and we'll have a nice bag of Qualcomm there. But that's big. That's big. Okay, I like that news. That's good shit. Other big news is this. The U.S. Department of Energy has announced a $1 billion partnership with AMD to build 2 next-generation supercomputers. Yes. Great. I bought some AMD last week. I'm going to buy some more AMD today. Screw it. Now, AMD has pumped like crazy, okay? Just FYI. Since the bottom of the market back here in April, it is up significantly, okay? So it's up 250% since then. But perspective-wise, since, where's the thing at here? Where's arbitrarily start of the year right here. Since the start of the year, it's only up 100%, which is a lot, but it's also not that crazy, okay? Let's see. By the way, if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet, it's awesome. It's free. You'll love it. We have 175,000 people a week reading this bad boy. You could be one of those sexy people. Links down below. We cover stocks. We cover crypto. We cover trading. We share a trade of the day. We share charts. So much value. It's insane. If you're not signed up, you're absolutely missing out. Link down below. Go check it. So, red light hat time, guys. Let's do it. Got some beautiful Voss water today. It's one of my favorites. Nice, crisp flavor. Bubbles are refreshingly aggressive. Live streaming software. I'm using StreamYard. So it's a website, actually. It's like a $15, $20 monthly subscription service. I have used other streaming stuff in the past, but StreamYard's just so easy, to be honest. Big fan. I'm tired of winning, Lark. I know. It is indeed. The glass bottle. Toshi chart. Dog coins. Yeah. We all do love our dog coins. Boo, cat coins. Look, we're going to look at the Toshi chart because you're asking. Why not? Let's do it. Trump meme coin is up 30% yesterday. I don't know what's going on there. Is that just straight up crime? Potentially. Is it an early indicator of some kind of risk attitude coming back for the most speculative pile of shit meme coins? Maybe. Don't know. I'm not biting on that. When it comes to crypto, I'm not investing in anything with the Trump name attached to it. Toshi chart. Here we go. So we've had, let's see what we can see here. Interesting. Uptrend still intact overall. Got a nice series of higher highs, higher lows. It is definitely losing momentum recently, though. But meme coins have generally been pretty out of favor. You can see the MACD is starting to trend up on this one. I don't know. For me, a lot of these meme coins I don't really feel any difference between them in terms of this one's a picture of a cat, another's a picture of a dog, another's a fart, whatever. It's all good. Liquidity, charts, let's see. That's the most important thing. What I'm seeing now, though, is actually it looks relatively decent. Now, this is one of the biggest meme coins on base. So if you're a base fan and you think, okay, Zora's fucking awesome, it's a debatable opinion, but just as an opinion, as a thought. So you got your Zora, you got your virtuals, you got your Aerodrome, you got your Avantis. You need a good base meme coin. Well, Brett was the big boy for a long time, but I think Toshi's got a pretty good chance at taking the mantle, let's say, in terms of people like it. It's got good listings and stuff like that Brett kind of never ended up getting, like Coinbase listing. I don't think they ever got listed on Coinbase, did they? Anyway, besides the point, what do we have here? 200-day EMA retest, very clean. Compared to a lot of coins that sold off, I mean, did a lot better than a lot of coins. Let's put it that way. So we had a nice 200-day EMA retest. Since then, we've ground back up. We are now currently sitting back above this long-term trend line right here. And we're back over the 20 and 50-day EMAs. It's a good-looking chart. It's a constructive chart. It's a chart that looks better than a lot of chart. It looks better than Pengu right now. And I like Pengu. That's my meme, man. That's my meme. The penguins, okay? They're going to make daddy some money one of these days, hopefully. Toshi's looking pretty good. I got to give you that, man. The Toshi chart is looking pretty good right now. If you can keep defending that 20-day EMA, I could see along in that bad boy, potentially looking for new highs. Now, the highs, of course, are quite a ways away. That is worth keeping in mind. But if this thing goes back to new highs, and there's no guarantee that'll happen, it's 200%. Just get back to previous highs. Okay, so nice 2 or 3x leverage on that, relatively low risk, easy invalidation point. Just down here below the, let's say a 50-day EMA. So you got to keep in mind that you have to give yourself, it's a meme coin, you have to give yourself a bit of generosity with the stop loss. Ideally, you get an entry from down here at the 200-day EMA. That helps you manage your risk a little bit with a better entry. Then you can put like a 5% down stop loss target there. So that would say, okay, you lose a 20 and 50-day, fail to hold the uptrend, and you get out before things get worse. But if you catch a 20-day EMA retest and it's done that 3 times in the last 3 days, maybe there's something there. Anyway, I'm not trading that one, but chart's not looking bad. Watch Lark every day together. He thinks Lark lives with us. What is this? What is this? I missed some key context there. Cats vomit. Cats. I don't see Trump crashing his own project, World Liberty. No, I don't think Trump's going to crash World Liberty Fi by any means. I think they're pushing for massive adoption for the USD1 stablecoin. So just to be clear, but A lot of other things in the market that don't have Trump's name attached to them that I'd prefer to invest in personally. I have a cat who's a family member. Oh, that's what it is, about the cats. Taking a morning dump and drinking some coffee. What up, man? May everything flow fantastically for you. Lark, do you think Avantis is a good buy right now? Let's take a look at the charts. It definitely had some good buy opportunity a week or so ago. I almost feel like I should have just, poured it out of Aster cake or something and bought into Avantis. Let me see here. Yeah, it's hard with such a new chart, but let's have a look. So Avantis did have a nice pump, came back up, got above the 20-day EMA very briefly, currently has lost the 20-day EMA. So that's fine. Look, the EMAs are not the be-all, end-all of everything, although I think they're pretty important momentum indicators and trend indicators, right? Trend indicators. But if you end up seeing it being something like this, right? That's fine. That's fine. So if you think Avantis is a great coin with a lot of great potential, then yeah, maybe there's something here for adding a position at this level. In terms of just a trade, watch for the 20-day EMA to be retaken, long from there. In terms of spot buying, because you want to hold a bag, because you think this is going to be like the most bullish perpetual swap exchange DEX on base, then probably at a relatively decent value right now. What is it? Still 80% of the all-time highs or something like that? 75% under the all-time highs right now. So that's relatively significant, isn't it? And it still has a long way to go back up just to get back to those all-time highs, give you almost 300% returns just getting there on a spot position, okay? Right now, it does not have the kind of momentum and excitement that it had, obviously, a month ago. But if you're bullish and you think that it's going to recover, it's probably worth paying attention to right now. Arrow is effing killing it right now. Let's go. Haven't looked at the Arrow chart in a little while. Not bad. Not bad. Have a look at this. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. It's constructive, man. I like it. I like it. Now, look, to be fair, we've got work to do. But therein always lies the opportunity, doesn't it? Interestingly, we have here a reverse head and shoulders pattern. That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, besides the point. Look, right now we're consolidating right around these EMAs right here. Currently sitting at the 20-day EMA. So if you're bullish on Aerodrome, you want to try to trade that. Longing from around the current levels is probably not a bad risk reward opportunity. Just at a technical level here, with a stop loss down around here somewhere, it's probably around 85 cents or something, that would be an acceptable level of loss. Plus, if you are going to get any move back down, it's probably going to retest this area right here, which is the resistance level on that push up here. So that would be a likely spot for support if it moves down and loses the 20-day EMA. Alternatively, you can wait for, okay, I want to wait for big strength here. I want to wait for a big breakout. You can actually wait and long from about $1 in that situation. So that would say, okay, Aerodrome retakes all three here of the key EMAs, the 20, the 200, and the 50-day EMAs. We blast right past all of them. That's a major trend shift, in my opinion. Longing from $1 in that situation makes sense as well, and you're waiting for strength in that situation. Lark, thanks for all the videos. Does new retail who are thinking to invest in crypto ETFs understand what they're investing in? If not, what gets them involved? Look, I think more people are aware of crypto than you realize, right? People are definitely going to come out and buy crypto ETFs. They're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs already. They're going to buy Solana ETFs. Now, when it starts getting further down the chain, maybe not, okay? But certainly there's demand there for these crypto products on the stock market. So I think we'll see volume from that pretty significantly. What is your take on Aptos and Sonic? Aptos, look, I had a lot of hope that Aptos was going to do really good. The price performance has been pretty disappointing. Obviously, they've had a few partnerships and stuff recently. The daily user account and stuff remains really good. I think the layer 1 blockchain trade, if I was going to go for, let's say, between Sui, Say, Aptos, Sonic, or Avalanche or something like that, I feel like Aptos and Say probably have some of the best risk reward right now in terms of where their current market caps are and the massive adoption that they're getting. Sonic, on the other hand, Sonic, we had a huge amount of airdrop farmers come in when they rebranded to Sonic. After that, not that much has happened, unfortunately. Prices really struggled, and I know Andre's launching Flying Tulip soon, which maybe that brings some mercenary capital guys back over who are going to do stuff. But getting users to be sticky on your chain, that is super hard, man. Super hard. So when, I don't know where the chart is right now. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. This is very interesting. It's over in the Discord somewhere, or not the Discord, the Slack. I'd like to share this with you guys because it's super interesting, actually. Here we go. Aha, there we go. Yeah, we're going to post this on X later, but you guys can have a look at it now. So this is interesting. 24-hour chains, chains by 24-hour transaction volume, number of transactions. Solana's got 67 million transactions in the last 26 hours. Binance Chain's got 17 million. Basic got 12 million. Near, shout out to Near, which since the AI boom has not done super well, but they've got 4.3 million transactions. Polygon, because of Poly Markets, probably the one app that's keeping this chain alive right now. They got 4 million. Sui's got 4 million. Aptos, 2.5 million. Say, I think would be just off the edge of this chart here, probably around 1.8 million or something like that. Ethereum's like 1.3, 1.4. So Aptos has been doing really well. 2.4 million transactions in the last 24 hours. It's putting it right there in the top 10 of chains. So not bad, man. Not bad at all, okay? Clark, is that painting behind you? A woman getting the earwax removal procedure. Never thought about it like that before. The answer is no, but that's interesting. Do you think the market makers, centralized exchange, rug pull shitheads, and all the other people that have driven retail out realize they're only scaring people off and shooting themselves in the foot? Short-term thinking. Short-term thinking, man. Yeah, it's frustrating. There's been so much bullshit in the cryptocurrency industry, but it's getting better. It's getting better, man. It gets better all the time. Why am I not rich yet? Tired of waking up, checking the market just to realize I still have to go clock into work. I understand, man. I understand. Look, remember, getting rich is not a marathon. Wait, it is a marathon. Getting rich is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You will do more over the next 5 years than you think you can. And you'll do less in the next month than you think you can. And that's the hard part. You don't want to go to the job. You're tired of your boss. Where are those Q4 reports at, man? Shut up, boss. Long and dog coins over here. Okay, and get out of here. I understand, man. It's frustrating. What you really want, of course, is not to clock in, but to live life on your own terms. It's probably going to mean starting a business or something like that. You need purpose in life, right? If you do make it big, and I hope that you do, I hope that you get the right coins and can hold long enough and can see the big picture and can make the fucking money, man. When you do, you still need purpose in life. You're going to want to start a business or something like that. You just don't want to be beholden to some dickhead boss, you know? Can we look at the H-bar chart? Yeah, okay. Why not? Let's look at the H-bar chart. You're right. You're right. My H-bar bias is showing through. Didn't even cover it when I looked at the Solana and Litecoin charts. Didn't want to make the presentation part too long. But let's have a look at our old buddy H-bar here, okay? Let's not be an H-barist, Lark. Give H bar a fair shake. Okay, here we go. It did have a nice pump off the news. I think it's definitely the lowest market cap of the three. Solana barely moved. Litecoin went up 8%. This went up almost 20%. Nice daily candle pump. Okay, now it's had some solid momentum coming up here from the lows. You can see nice and slowly, just price is grinding up there. That's fine. Took out the 20-day EMA on Monday here. Tuesday, nice big fat pump. Great to see. Back above the 20-day, back above the 50-day. We still have 12 hours for this daily candle close. So retracing today's pump would not surprise me at all, to be honest. Again, the best entries will come from actually establishing this as a decent breakout and then getting entries on the 20-day EMA, okay? Good volume, by the way, just FYI. Compared to a lot of coins, that's decent volume. So look, again, it was a smaller market cap coin compared to the other two, and it's definitely absorbed more of the impact from that ETF listing coming. Realistically, will Ethereum and Solana be around in 10 years? What about 20? Nobody knows what's going to happen in 10 or 20 years. There could be new chains that come out and just eat their lunch. Ethereum, it's really their game to lose right now. That's the tricky part for ETH, is that the Ethereum Foundation has been behind the ball a lot. You know, it came out the other day and we shared the story about one of their devs, like, I've only been making $100,000 a year for the last 6 years working at the Ethereum Foundation. That's shocking, man. Big talent for big tech is getting paid way more basically everywhere else. So no wonder he left. I'd be frustrated too. And the Ethereum Foundation basically never supports any of their on-chain apps like, you know, Aave and Maker and all this stuff. They just don't care. They just kind of play their own little game and have their sort of view of the world and how things are supposed to be. And it's been slow. It's been slow to adapt. They pushed layer 2s, which has been good. Base is great. Like using that. Arbitrum is fine. Use that. The rest of the layer 2s, too many, and nobody cares. Liquidity is too fragmented. All the users have kind of moved over to one or two of the layer 2s. Remember that chart we just shared a minute ago. The vast majority of layer 2 transactions are happening on Base. 12.1 million on Base in the last 24 hours compared to Arbitrum was the second best layer 2 at 2.8 million. Base got 5 times as many users, approximately. So that's interesting, right? But then, you know, Vitalik wants to scale ETH 10x in the next year, and they're going to start bringing in parallel processing. So I wouldn't bet against the Ethereum devs, but man, it's been frustrating watching them not take it more seriously, the fact that they work in the world's most competitive industry. Solana does take it seriously, and their tech is so crazily good. It's hard to compete with them right now. You know, when the big crash happened back on October 10th, Ethereum gas fees spiked to like $1,000. Solana just kept on going with, you know, 0.01 cent fees. Big difference, right? If you needed to move money to, you know, defend a loan or something like that, you could do it on Solana. You might not have been able to do it on ETH. And that's problematic. Anyway, chances are the early movers will keep being winners over time. So I would say that, yes, probably Ethereum and Solana will still be here in 10 to 20 years. Will somebody come by and disrupt them? Also possible. Also possible. They could be blockbustered. They could be MySpaced, whatever. It absolutely can happen. But so far, that's, I think they're definitely getting the users, the core catalyst of growth that's going to keep them moving forward. You know, the longer, what the heck is the name of that law? The longer you're around, the more likely it is you're going to keep being around, basically is what it says. Do you hold the SUI? I do not. Again, you see my full portfolio disclosures, as always, in the link down below here on YouTube, pinned comment over on X. Do you think it reaches new highs? It was definitely the very popular chain at the end of last year. I think it will come back. Maybe Momentum, which is their new big DEX coming out. I'm an investor in that, by the way. That might actually swing the pendulum back a little bit for some excitement around everything SUI's doing again. So I think it's definitely one of the major blockchain contenders in the layer 1 space. I see Solana as a long-term hold to store value. I think Solana is going to keep winning, personally. I will take profits on it when I think the time comes, but I could definitely see it being a long-term winner. Anyway, we're going to finish up there. You guys are awesome. Come back tomorrow. We got more charts. We got more news. We're answering more questions. I'll see you then. Bye.